These are randomly generated NHL players and I will be selecting 20 of them to build my team. For today's challenge, I will only be able to select players that are currently in the Eastern Conference. After all the selections have been made, we will assemble the lines in NHL 25 franchise mode and simulate with the hopes of winning a Stanley Cup. We have partaken this draft challenge for the West. Now, it is time for the East. Who are we going to add to our team first? Well, that's not a good start. A random 75 overall player is going to be the first addition to the team. However, we do follow it up with a Charmak, which is awesome.
Oh my gosh.
As you can see, I'm not filtering by position. So we are getting forwards and defense, and I have to try and make sure that I get 6 defense. Goaltenders, however, I will filter for because you need a goaltender to actually. Forwards can play defense can play forward, but only goaltenders can play goalie. It would be awesome to throw, say, Ryan McDonagh in the net and see what happens. What do I do here? The 75 overall player could be a defenseman, it could be a forward. That's the only redeeming value of that, is that they're kind of a wild card. I'm leaning towards McDonagh, but Cooley could, yeah, you know what? Let's go with Cooley. Who do we have next? He has been on fire lately. Fantilli, an absolute beast. And he is joining the East. Well, he's already in the East, but you know what I mean. What do we have next? Jacob Chychrun. Oh, why did we have to get Tuch and make this interesting? You couldn't just make this an easy choice. I can't even be upset because it's 2 good players, but which one do I go with is the cue of the day. Chychrun's been an absolute machine recently. Tuch is, oh, he's going to be a good overall though. Can we sacrifice that? I'm gonna. Chychrun is joining our team. Let's see it here. We have an option at least. He's going to have a amazing face-off rating. So good for depth, good for penalty kill, power play, whenever you need to win a draw. End of the game, Jordan Staal. This team is, oh yeah. And we get Chychrun again. What are the odds? We could have taken him, but I believe in this case I would have gone with Jarvis regardless. Trouba does not play for the Rangers anymore. I guess they haven't updated that yet. This is going quite well, and we're going to get a player. Wow. If I do throw the 75 overall player on defense, we only have McAvoy and Chychrun right now, and then that player. I could take Power, move the 75 up to forward, or we could just take Zacha. And you know what? I will do that. Zacha is joining our team. Not a good start. Really not a good start. A defenseman, at least. Mikkola is going to be our possibly 4th defenseman. It really all depends on where we get at the end here. The 75 overall could go either way. Mikkola, show me some magic. No, we do not get that. We get a 75 overall player. Let's go. Woo! Last time how we got Josi, I need a stud. St. Ivany not going to cut it. He might, in fact, be a 75 overall player. We did get McAvoy, so there's that. We also... Hey, yo. That is super unlucky. That's not, though. That is absolutely massive. Middlestat was a part of the West team, and Tage Thompson's going to be a part of the East. Realistically, if we have 3 75 overall players on the team, it's not the end of the world. We could still make it work. And I see some people writing these teams off before we even get to the simulation. Don't do that. You never know. With this simulation engine, anything could happen. That is a huge pickup for us, and we get another one. Oh. Bennett's got to be the better overall, I would think. Protas has been really good this season. He's also massive. But Sam Bennett is a rat. They both have their pros and cons. I feel like I've skipped Protas every time, but that trend is continuing today. Sam Bennett. We're assembling a very interesting team here. We do not have an option. Another defenseman, another right-handed defenseman at that. Perbix will be joining the team, so maybe we will move the 75 overall up to forward and have an entire line of them. However, let's wait and see what we get and then shuffle accordingly. Jack Drury is actually not an option anymore because he's on Colorado, if you will. Let's be real though. We weren't going to choose him regardless. Dylan Larkin is our guy. This team is really starting to look interesting. I'm also curious as to whether or not we'll be cap compliant. I think so. 2 more. We don't have a choice. Patra is going to be the next selection. So with that being said, we could take a forward or a defense with the next pick and then move the player accordingly. So this kind of works out. Who will we be adding? Oh no. Oh no. Well, I guess we'll go with Kiraly and have 2 of the players on forward, 1 on defense. Sure. Throw me a bone here. We just need 1 good goaltender. Wall is going to be the better overall. Wedgwood does not play there anymore. Still West, though, and still going with Wall. So we have a goalie that can be a starter. Will we get a... He's still there, right? I think so. I'm kind of worried, though, because he has apparently only played 16 games last season, 6 this season. What's his overall going to be? There's no way... Maybe he's still good. Sogard. No, we got to go Freddie regardless. This team's actually solid. We've got McAvoy, Larkin, Tage Thompson, Fantilli, Jarvis. There's a lot of good players. Let's go assemble this team on NHL 25, and hopefully I won't lose the gameplay footage this time around. Here we are on NHL 25, and your Newfoundland Narwhals are 87 overall in Custom Division 2. We went as east as we could, while giving Canada their 8th team. Seriously, why do we only have 7? All right, I think we're not ready to rock and roll because Jabroni over here still thinks he's going to be editing my lines. No, you will not be doing that. Just going to have a quick look at our coaching staff for curiosity reasons. Wow, that's bad. Emerson, buddy, I got to keep it real with you. This is basically a temporary position. Let's see what we're working with here. Are we going to have team chemistry or not? Not great. +1 on the first 2 lines. Could be better. I would also like to point out that Dylan Larkin has 87 faceoffs, so there is no way I am playing him on the wing. He's going in the middle. Tage Thompson shoots right. Jarvis is only a right winger. What do we do here? I guess we have Fantilli, who is a strict centerman. Shoots left on the right wing. Hopefully it won't matter too much. Our 275 overall players for the offense are Nikita and Austin. I really like this third line though. Zaka, Stahl, and Patra will hopefully do really well for us. However, what are we looking at faceoffs here? 86 and 89. Sam Bennett only has 79. But do I want to move any of these guys down? Cooley, maybe? You know what though? It gives us another +1, which is very nice. We're only downgrading the 1 overall there from 85 to 84, and Zaka's got the better face-off, so I think this is the move. How are we looking defensively is my next question. We take that. 2-1-0. Awesome. Not huge on this 75 pairing here. 82 for the second pairing is not ideal either, but at least we got Chychrun and McAvoy. Gonna have to carry the boys. They're gonna require all kinds of chiropractic and massage therapy benefits because their back gonna be hurting. I do really like the makeup of this first line as well. We got the power forward in Tage Thompson, playmaker in Larkin, and then sniper with Jarvis. I don't think we have a sniper on the second line here. It's almost an all-power forward line. Why do we have so many power forwards? What is going on? I mean, I'm down, but tending the goal, we do have 88 overall Freddie with 4 abilities. I'm not really sure what his situation is right now. I know he had the whole blood clot thing, which was scary, but I think he's healthy now, which is good. Either way, he's backstopping this team with the help of Wall. So we have 2 good goaltenders. 2 Leafs legends, if you will. Call me crazy. You're probably right. McAvoy gets the most points with 87. I don't know if this team's going to do a whole lot of goal scoring. 43 wins. We make it into the playoffs after firing our coach and hiring whoever gets canned first. And on that note, let's simulate. Also, just for your awareness, we had $23 million of cap space remaining, which is even more than the West team, I believe. I think the West had 19 point something, so rounded up to about 20. 7-1L for the Buffalo Sabres. I think it's about time you fire your coach. And once again, I'm going to throw the disclaimer out there that we move these players to international before adding them to our team. So we are the only team in the NHL to have them. If you just create a team and throw the players on, then they're going to be duplicated, but not in this case. Starting to think we're not good. However, our division looks tragic, which is a silver lining to the maximum degree. Yeah, somehow we are second, third in the division right now with the record that we have, which is not impressive. Went on a bit of a tear there, which is nice. We do lose to the Jerks. Can we take down Toronto? Yes, we can. That was a big dub too, 7-2. And then an overtime loss. That's a point. Hurricanes first in our division, and we gutted them because we took Freddie, we took Jarvis, think there was another Stull. They do have Rantanen though. I made sure to exchange that before we started this simulation. As of when I'm recording this, it only happened 2 days ago, so it's still very fresh. Starting to think maybe I should keep our coach. Emerson's getting the job done here. Don't even care about who's on the block because I'm going to do anything I can to keep this momentum up. Still second in the division right now. The Capitals are 10 points behind us, so we are comfortably in second. And we're starting to gain on the first place Hurricanes. Never mind, they pulled away. But, you know, it's possible still, maybe. Huge win over the Penguins. We still have 3 remaining games. I think Carolina is going to win the division. Will we have 46 wins? 45 is still really nice. But we get the 46th, and our first round opponent is going to be my Washington Capitals. Surely McMichael's going to go off. Second in the division with 102 points, 87 for the Capitals. They have to be 20th and below. So this is going to be very interesting when we look at the entire league. The President's Trophy goes to the New York Rangers. We acquired Cooley from them, and that is it. The boys were 8th in the entire league, which is awesome. I am certainly okay with that. Oh, they aren't nearly as far down as I thought they were going to be. The Flyers kind of get shafted here, but Washington and Columbus make it in. Look at this Metro battle here. That isn't actually a Metro battle because we're in a custom league. Tajan Larkin sharing the lead with 85 points, 37 goals for Mr. Thompson. Jarvis had 62 on the year, not great. Bennett had 57. Zaka 54. Happy I put you on the second line. Well, actually, Cooley had 52 on the third line. So that is very nice for him. Fantilli only 51. Maybe I'll move you down to the third line. Charmak had 50 points. He would be our leader for defensemen. Chikrin 33. Parabix had 25, which is actually decent. I don't know how this guy got more points than Mikkola, but it happened. Solid goaltending all around. 36, 20, and 5. 7 shutouts for Freddie and nearly a 920. Wall had a record of 10, 6, and 5. No shutouts. Not a lot of starts, really. Vasilevsky leads the league with 42 wins. He had only a 905. Igor had a 925, which is insane. Kochetkov had a huge role on Carolina, securing 39 wins and a 916 save percentage. Freddie's right here, though, for your Narwhals. Once again, it's not Cale Makar. What does the Fox say? Has 80 points. We don't have a single point-a-game defenseman, which is outrageous. Cale Makar and Morgan Riley tied at 74. What are they putting in the water over there? Matthews had 135 points. Next closest was his teammate and line mate, Mitch Marner, who had 20 less. 74 tucks. The important question here is who had the most penalty minutes? Foligno, by a landslide. Here is the Cooley-less New York Rangers. They got Panarin, Zibanejad, Trocheck. It doesn't look like they really made many moves here. Defensively, Miller and Fox, Schneider and Lindgren, and Igor tending the goal, of course. Doesn't look like the Capitals made any maneuvers on offense. Ovi, Strome, and Wilson is the first line. McMichael, Protas, who we could have had, and Oshie playing together. Defensively, they got Marty, the one-man party. He's paired with Johnny C. And then they called Bear up from the minors. Waugh right here, 84 overall. Sandin, 84. Logan Thompson, who in my opinion deserves more than 85 overall. First 3 games, everybody knows the rules. I would also like to take this opportunity to point out that nobody fired their coach throughout that entire season. Everyone was like, yep, you're the guy. Don't you dare. Nice. So we start off 2-1, which is good. I'll sim the next 2 games because even if they win the next 2, we're not done. We are still alive. Can they push a game 7, or will the Narwhals move on? Love that. And our next round opponent is the team that we gutted, the Carolina Hurricanes. Just a ridiculous first line. Svechnikov, Sebastian Aho, and Rantanen. They also got Raquel, Roslovic, and Robinson for their second line. That is interesting. This team is so good defensively. They've got Jacob playing with Brent the Yeti Burns, Walker and Orlov, Gostisbehere, and Chatfield. Insane. 85 overall, Kochetkov in the net, backed up by Spencer Martin. I have the feeling this is going to be a close series. Let's simulate the first 3 games because you know the rules and see where we stand at that point in time. 8-1 loss, really? Let's tie this bad boy up. Make it a 2-2 series. Oh dear. Drastic times call for drastic measures. I'm going to move Tage Thompson down to the second line. Sam Bennett can play with Larkin and Jarvis. Give that a +2. Cooley is actually going to come up here, and I'm going to move Tage to the right wing of the second line. We get another +2. There's not really too much I can do here, so chilling as is. And in net, believe it or not, we're starting Wall. Freddie might be a little nervous. Little Binnington against his former team here. We've got an uphill battle, but let's start this mountain climb one game at a time. Let's go Narwhals. I feel like our offensive talent is more spread out with the new lineup. I like it. Wall maybe can not play better. Oh, there we go, Cooley. Fire me up. Seriously, let me be excited for... Not good. No, Siri, I was not talking to you. We're out shooting them. But Kochetkov is just the best goaltender on planet Earth, apparently. Finally, Fantilli, after being demoted to the third line, steps up. And they get one from Svech to extend the lead back to 2. What is happening right now? I can't even react fast enough. Come on, you Narwhals, let's go. Not ideal. Not ideal whatsoever. Okay, can we chill for a second, please? Timeout. That's all she wrote. They were the better team. We got outplayed big time. And with that, we still do not have a Stanley Cup on NHL 25. The Stanley Cup final is between the Boston Bruins and the Florida Panthers. From Florida, we acquired Bennett and Mikkola. And then from the Bruins, we got McAvoy. So both teams have their losses. Absolutely insane. First line for this team. Chucky, Barkov, and Reinhart. Their second line, they got AJ Greer, 79 overall, playing with Lundell and Verhaeghe. 84 overall, Rodriguez as the fourth line center. Questionable, but it's worked. Defensively, they got Forsling and Ekblad, Kulikov, Nate Schmidt, Capitals legend. And tending the goal, they've got Bobrovsky, backed up by Spencer Knight. The Bees are rocking Marshy, Coyle, and Pasta for their first line. They got Brendan Gallagher, playing with Lindholm and Trent Frederick. Brazeau, Geeky, and Tanev for their third line. Defense definitely took a hit without Charlie. That should go without saying. But Lindholm and Carlo is still a decent first pair. Zadorov and Evans. And then Lohrei and Savard. So they're still solid back there. And tending the goal, Jeremiah Swayman, backed up by Korpisalo. One game at a time. Let's see who is going to acquire the Stanley Cup. Florida off to the early 1-0 series lead, 2-0 series lead. They win both games in their home barn. They win the first game on the road as well. Are we going to see a sweep here? Wow. The brooms did come out. And the Colorado Eagle is going to be your Calder Cup champions. Tage Thompson had his guy. 16 points. Only 2 goals, though, which is interesting. I guess he was just feeding the lads. Charmak, over point a game. Jarvis, exactly point a game. I can't really be too upset with anything here. Except for this. That is abysmal. Both goaltenders, sub 900. Above a 3.5 GAA. I feel unwell looking at these numbers.
Oh, what's his name? Poplinski? Bobrovsky!
Going to be the leader, which he did win the cup, so checks out. 926 save percentage. Give this man the Conn Smythe. You won't do it. Quinn Hughes leads defenseman, 14 points. And we have Charlie McAvoy right here with 12 in 11 games. So I would argue he was the best defenseman throughout the playoffs. Barkov had 30 points in 22 games, so he is actually going to get the Conn Smythe, I would assume, although it could easily go to Sergei. Bradley going to rock 29 points in 23 games. Chucky 28, Reinhardt 27. Now the real question, who had the most pimps? It was Brad. That should not come as a surprise. And we've got 3 Bruins up here. Speaking of brooms, somebody give this man one, because he is going to janitor this award ceremony. He gets the Art Hart combo, Fox with the Norris. He also gets the Lady Bing. Celebrini is awarded the Calder. Barkov did get the Conn Smythe. Vezina goes to Igor. So does the Jennings. Marty, fire me up. Warsofsky, your Jack Adams recipient. JT Miller gets the Selkie. Ted Lindsay awarded to Pappy, and so is the Rocket Richard. We saw some success with this team. We finished top 10 in the league. We got to round number 2, where for some reason Carolina dusted us, even though we stole Jarvis from them and Freddie. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't go. Today, she didn't go. If you have any ideas of a draft I could do, let me know in the comments down below. Always looking for some help with ideas. Trying to get to 60K, so if you could subscribe, that would be awesome. And if you enjoyed the video, you could always leave a like. You don't have to, but, you know, it's appreciated. We're going to get a cup. I will not stop until I do.